Gargoyles are placed on buildings like cathedrals, churches, and other structures to serve as functional rainspouts, directing water away from the building's walls and foundations, as well as acting as ornamental sculptures to enhance the architectural aesthetic. While not a single specific name for the location, they are found along the roofs, walls, and at the edges of windows and doors of these buildings. Rainwater management. The primary function of a gargoyle is to be a rain spout. Water runoff from the roof is channeled through the gargoyle's mouth, projecting it away from the building to prevent water damage to the walls and foundations. Please like, share, and subscribe to help the channel grow. Thank you. Architectural and symbolic purpose. Aesthetic decoration. Gargoyles are elaborate and often menacing-looking sculptures that add to the beauty and Gothic aesthetic of a building. Symbolic guardians. In some contexts, they are seen as symbolic guardians watching over the sacred space of the church, or as a representation of the power of human imagination and creativity. Distinguishing from grotesques. It's important to note the difference between a gargoyle and a grotesque. A true gargoyle is a functional rainspout, while a grotesque is a purely decorative carving that lacks the plumbing function, though the term gargoyle is often used to refer to both. Examples of churches and cathedrals. Notre Dame Cathedral, Paris, France. Perhaps the most famous example, known for its extensive collection of both gargoyles and chimeras, grotesques. Laon Cathedral, France. Considered to have one of the earliest known medieval gargoyles, dating to the 13th century. Chartres Cathedral, France. Another famous French cathedral that features gargoyles. This church features a collection of humorous and decorative 15th century. Please like, share, and subscribe to help the channel grow. Thank you. What do gargoyles represent in the Bible? Gargoyles aren't found in the Bible. According to. What is the origin and meaning of gargoyles? Gargoyles are never mentioned in the Bible. Demons are sometimes portrayed as looking somewhat like gargoyles, but it is unlikely that demons would take on such a form, considering their goal of deceiving people into believing them to be angels of light, 2 Corinthians 11 verse 14. Simply put, the Bible gives us no reason to believe that any being resembling a gargoyle exists. Gargoyles are certainly more interesting than undecorated rainspouts, and the symbolism behind them is fascinating. Catholic churches in the Middle Ages used gargoyles for a secondary purpose, after diverting water from the church walls. Some believe gargoyles on a church were meant to ward off evil. It's also possible that the gargoyles symbolized evil spirits, monstrous entities, and damned souls. The thinking was that the church offered spiritual safety for those who accepted its authority, but outside the church was spiritual danger. The gargoyles were thus a warning to the populace that it was better to be inside the church than outside. It's also possible that the thinking behind gargoyles was to create a symbolic representation of hell. Again, the outside of the church was contrasted with the inside. But gargoyles date back to pre-Christian times. One of the earliest examples of gargoyles is a set of lion-shaped waterspouts built into the side of the Temple of Zeus in Olympia, Greece. Ancient Egyptian architecture also boasts gargoyles, most of these also shaped as lions.